Hey guys, welcome to another episode of beersandbars.com beer review. This is the final episode of 2012 because today is December 31st, 2012. But before I go into my quick review, a final review of the year, I wanted to just look back and thank a couple people who made it possible for me to drink hundreds of beers this year. So I wrote down something, so you see me looking away. It's because I'm reading what I wrote. Want to take a minute and thank all those who made it possible for me to taste hundreds of beers in 2012. Had the opportunity to go to New York and try Youngling and Brooklyn Brewery beer for the first time, and I loved them both. Never thought I'd love a lager so much, but Youngling made it happen. You guys make some good beer. Brooklyn Brewery was great. IPAs was outstanding. The city itself, you hear a lot about New York, but once you're there, it really takes you over, and it's a beautiful city. So shout out to NYC. I also had the opportunity to go to San Francisco. Wasn't my first time, but I always love it to go to San Francisco. Just love the vibe of the city. And while I was there, tried Acme California IPA, and also tried something from a couple beers from Anchor Brewing, which again, loved it both. Loved the fact just the whole city, the whole vibe, the artistic view of it. So can't look forward to going back in 2013. I also had the opportunity to visit Seattle for the very first time. What a beautiful city! What wonderful beer, man! I had the opportunity of trying various offerings from the Pike Brewery, especially my favorite, the vintage IPA, Golden IPA from the Seattle, what do you call it, the Needle. So loved it, loved the beer, loved all those places, and I wouldn't be it wouldn't be cool with me saying all these wonderful things about where I went if I didn't thank, shout out to that chick Nick, my SC sister, who made it possible, who allowed me to come along to all these trips and had the opportunity of trying all these different beers. So that chick Nick, I thank you for everything, and hope we can do it again in 2013. Also had various trips to Vegas, where this time around this year I discovered Lee's Liquor, which is like a Bevmo down here, but a lot of good selection, a lot of good Nevada beers. Had the opportunity of trying Tenaya Creek beer, a couple offerings. Loved it. Nevada, you're coming up. I love the beer. Also back home, like to thank Bevmo and local Bill's Liquor for always having a great selection of beer, so I could try something new, every week. So I thank you, and of course a special thanks to my wife and kids, my extended family and friends, for allowing me to, I guess you call it a dream, live a dream of just drinking great beer. And I thank you for respecting what I like to do, and allowing me and giving me offerings and telling me about a new beer you tried, and really making it a something fun. It's not gonna make me rich, but it's something that I like to do, and it allows me to travel with my family and just look forward to not only going to new restaurants, but just trying different beer, and it makes it fun for everybody involved. So I thank you, beer. I thank you, 2012, and welcome 2013. With all that said, I'd like to end 2013 not so much with it's going to be a tasting. Well, not so much a tasting, but I want to talk about something I picked up at my local liquor store, and it's Budweiser Project 12. So I picked up a 12-pack. They had a sale for $10.99, so I figured, well, why not give it a try? I know we're all against, some of us may have some bad things to say about Budweiser, but I figured I'd try it. It's new beer, something, so I'd like to try it out. And a lot of people were saying that this would be their attempt of kind of like still being the big guy on campus, but showing themselves as a small brewery and having these different selections. So I thought I'd try it out. One thing that they include when you buy a 12-pack is you include the final 3. So basically, it started off as 12 batches, and then the brewmasters brought it down to 6, and then from that 6, through different tastings around, the consumer brought it down to 3. So I'll just go ahead and read you what they say, and let you decide, or let you know what I thought about each one of them. The first one is batch number 63118, and this is from St. Louis, Missouri. Has an ABV of 6.0, colored deep gold. It says here, inspired by ingredients commonly used at the St. Louis brewery during the 19th century. This traditional American lager is brewed using Hellertau and Tannat hops. It was created by St. Louis brewmaster Jim Bicklin in collaboration with Katie Ripple from Fort Collins. Now, when I tasted this one, basically probably because they use the same ingredients that they used in the 19th century. This one's most similar to Budweiser itself, the current Budweiser. So this was basically reminding me of a Budweiser lager. So I mean, I've been known to drink a Budweiser here and there, so I had no problem. This one was okay. The second one they offered in the batch is batch number 23185, and this is from Williamsburg, Virginia. Color light amber and ABV of 5.5. Now this one is described as aged for weeks on bourbon barrel staves and real vanilla beans. This bourbon cask lager offers a subtle, sweet flavor with a clean finish. This one, out of the 3, this was my second favorite. It had a different taste to it. You could taste the vanilla bean, and it was okay. But it you know, it's still a lager. The final one, and I know you guys are gonna say, well, of course he likes the LA one, being from SoCal. But I really did like out of the 3, I liked the LA one, batch number 91406. Colored deep amber and an ABV of 6.0. The description is the brainchild of Los Angeles brewmaster Brian Sullivan. This lager is brewed with 4 different types of hops to achieve its vibrant clarity and deep amber hue. It was developed in collaboration with Scott Ungerman in Fairfield and Dave Cohen in Houston. This one was the one that I guess tasted the most like craft beer. So it's basically why I enjoyed this one the most. But as far as when I originally heard about Budweiser Project 12, I thought it'd be more of them trying to make a step into the craft beer market. But you know, I was disappointed to see that none of them, they didn't have any IPAs, any pale ales, or anything like that. So it really wasn't. This is mostly, it's still going towards the regular customer, which is used to a bland tasting lager with not a lot of flavors. You know, these are for regular palate beer drinkers, I guess, who are not looking for an extra taste. So as a craft beer drinker, I wouldn't be too alarmed by this selection, and I don't think Budweiser took it far enough. If they really wanted to make tracks into the craft beer, they would have made, you know, more out of the box type beers, other than what we're accustomed to from Budweiser. So other than that, go ahead, you taste them for yourself, see what you think. I thought it was alright for the price. Obviously I'd try it, but I think I'll stick to my craft beer. Alright guys, this is my last beer review of 2012. I thanked a bunch of people in 2012 for making stuff happen, and I thank you for your support, and I ask you to please continue taking a look at beersandbars.com. Follow me on Twitter, see me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, and I'm on Tumblr. You guys be safe out there, and if you haven't done so already, have a great beer.